Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Today we'll be talking about what is really a shocking statement by a UDA member of parliament for Laikipia, Mr. John Kinyua, who has proposed that the presidential term limits, the 5-year term limit, should be abolished. Now, the member of parliament, that is the senator for Laikipia, claims that the term limit should be extended. And this is not the first time that a leader from the ruling party, that is the UDA, United Democratic Alliance Party, has made such a proposal. We should remember that immediately after the 2022 general election, when President William Samoei Ruto was sworn in as the head of state in 2022 September, a member of parliament from UDA from the northeastern region also made such a claim. He in fact proposed that the term limit should be removed and that a president should serve for as long as he can. So it should be, then at that time the president came out saying that he does not have any such plan, and the issue just died down. But it seems that it has been brought back again. So is this really the president's plan, or is it just an idea of some members of parliament from the ruling UDA party? Now, we should go back to history. During President Moi's term in office, that is between 1978 and 2002, when President Moi took power in 1978, after the death of the first president, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, by then, Kenya had become a one-party state de facto. That is, the law allowed the formation of other political parties, but only KANU had been allowed to be formed at that time. But after the 1982 coup, Kenya immediately became a one-party state de jure. That is to mean a one-party state by law, that no other political party could be formed. Now, this happened after a series of amendments to the constitution during that time. So people were praising President Moi, saying that he had done a lot of development to the country, that he should serve for a long time to bring development to Kenya. And that is how Kenya eventually became a one-party state with no presidential term limits. So it was only until the 1990s that the clamor for multi-party democracy started. And in 1991, there were a lot of riots, the famous Sabasaba, that is on the 7th of July 1991. There were big riots all over the country, especially in Nairobi, where many people were injured, others were killed, and others were arrested, all because they were fighting for the reintroduction of the multi-party system to Kenya. So Moi had felt the pressure. He was also pressured by international bodies like the World Bank, IMF, who had said that the only condition to give him the loans was that he introduces the multi-party democracy to Kenya. So under all this pressure, Moi called for the repeal of Section 2 of the Constitution, allowing the formation of other political parties in Kenya besides the KANU party. So Moi will go on to serve for 2 more terms of 5 years each, that is between 1992, when he was elected, in a very contentious election where he was accused of rigging and other electoral malpractices. Also, he was re-elected in 1997 and he stepped down from presidency in 2002 when he handed over to the 3rd president of the Republic of Kenya, that is Mwai Kibaki. So, President William Samoei Ruto is known to be a close ally of the Ugandan president, that is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Yoweri Museveni came to power in 1986 after a long protracted bush war whereby he ousted the then president Milton Obote and took over as president in 1986. So afterwards, he made some changes to the Ugandan system and elections were held whereby Museveni won. Then the Ugandan constitution then only allowed a president to serve for 2 terms, with the term being 5 years. But he made a lot of adjustments to the constitution and the terms were extended to 7 years. Then after serving the 2 terms, he again brought another amendment to the Ugandan constitution, now this time removing term limits. Therefore, the president of Uganda was now allowed to rule for as long as he could. So Museveni has now been in power for 37 years as the head of state of Uganda. So during this time, he has been accused of infringing people's human rights, he has been accused of torture, and all those bad things. So it seems that President William Ruto is borrowing heavily from Museveni. It seems that he has started sending people from his UDA party just to prepare the public about his plan to remove the presidential term limits. And it seems that he's very keen on removing the term limits so that he can serve as the life president of Kenya. It remains to be seen the reaction that will be, especially from the opposition party, the Azimio coalition. Of course, Raila Odinga and other members of the opposition will not allow this because this will be drawing back the gains that we have made, especially in the democratic space. By removal of the term limits, will allow people to serve as president for 20, 30 years, as was the case during Moi's time. And this surely will reintroduce dictatorship into the Republic of Kenya. So William Samoei Ruto has not yet commented on this issue, but from the reaction from most Kenyans is that they do not support this proposal. Most Kenyans are not supportive of this proposal to change the presidential term limits in Kenya. So, John Kinyua is a close ally of President William Samoei Ruto. He has been serving in the Senate. Now, this is his 2nd term. He was first elected in 2017 under Jubilee Party then. Then in 2022, he was now elected in the UDA party. So obviously, Such a statement cannot be just from his mouth, but he has been sent by his bosses. So for sure, Kenyans will react to this issue in a negative way, and they will not accept it. So let us now watch out for the coming days, how Kenyans are going to react to this issue. So you can leave your comment below, like and share this video with others so they may also get informed. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment.